Hello and welcome to Potpourri. I'm your host, Brittany Miller. Joining me today is Clark Atlanta University's Undergraduate Student Government Association President, Gerald Coleman III.
How you doing, Brittany? How's everything going today?
It's wonderful. How are you?
I'm well.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Gerald, you're a senior this year.
Yes.
And with graduation coming up so close, I have to ask, did you always want to attend college?
No, because I seen at a very young age how individuals have struggled, even with bachelor's and master's degrees, after college in regards to funds or supporting their family. And I didn't want to go through that myself or have to struggle to support my family.
What changed your mind?
Two teachers that attended Clark Atlanta University in 10th grade, they brought me down here on a regular basis for homecoming. I sat in on classrooms, and I just fell in love with the institution, its family environment.
So SGA president is one of the most prestigious titles on campus.
Yes.
What exactly is your job description?
All right, so SGA, the abbreviation actually means Student Government Association. So I'm the liaison between the student, alumni, and the administration. I'm here to fight for the student body when they have concerns with Clark Atlanta University or how things have ran. They will come to me and I will bring them up in meetings. I sit in on retention committee, food committee. I also sit in on monthly meetings in regards to Dr. Johnson, which is our new president. Dr. Jones, I'm over homecoming, 'tis the season, Spring Fest, homecoming, October 18th through the 24th. 'Tis the season. That is just a Christmas event we do here that helps out the youth who are less fortunate. And then Spring Fest is a free event. It happens for the whole week, and it's just a homecoming in springtime.
So with Spring Fest and 'tis the season,
yes,
were you active in those positions before you became SGA president?
Yes, co-chair for Spring Fest, and I was a coordinator for 'tis the season. What we do for 'tis the season is we bring local elementary schools, right? They come to the multi-purpose room. We have either the Greeks can step. We'll have the orientation guides. They will do like a little skit for the elementary school kids. And there are CCO organizations, campus charter organizations, would donate gifts to the elementary school students. And one of our next big event is our Christmas. And so we have a Christmas tree lighting, which would be held by Miss CAU.
What originally piqued your interest into running for Student Government Association president?
I would have to say my junior year, listening to the concerns of the student body. One of our big concerns is accountability here at Clark Atlanta University, and then our customer service. Now by accountability, when we have our Scantrons that are dished out to the student body every semester, which rates the teacher. With doing the research, it comes from the provost's office, and they say they place those in a Scantron, so they're not actually being read. So that was a huge concern due to the fact you make us do these Scantrons every semester just to get our opinion, but you're not really reading them. And then communication and customer service with financial aid and student accounts. You know, that's a huge issue here at Clark Atlanta University.
So what is SGA doing to try to rectify this issue with customer service this school year?
We're going to place comment boxes in financial aid, student accounts, residential halls, and then also one in column everywhere for our commuter students. From there, they will be read every Friday by SGA. They will be in the offices of Dr. Johnson, which is our president of the institution, Dr. Jones, who is our vice president, and Dean Hemmett, which is the dean of student academic affairs. And then from there, they will take our next steps in regards to rectifying and making our customer service better.
How can the student body be more involved with SGA?
Well, you, Ms. Miller, are a part of SGA because you are a student. Only thing that you guys can do is by coming to our monthly town hall meetings. Our first one is September 3rd at 6 o'clock, Davidge Auditorium.
Okay.
All right. You come, you list your concerns, but you have to be consistent. Mm-hmm. I tell people all the time just how we have our situations with Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin. We as African Americans have to be consistent with you know, the situations that's going on when it comes to protests. You can't just have your concern for a month and just let it go thinking something's going to change. So that's the same way with SGA.
Okay, so one of your major initiatives as president is accountability,
Yes.
as you did tell us about,
Yes.
and also school spirit.
Yes.
So tell us more about that.
Our school spirit. In regards to our school spirit, we have a Market Thursday, which is on our campus. Morehouse, they have Hump Wednesday. Spelman, they have Market Friday. So what we're trying to do is get our Clark Atlanta University students to be excited about Market Thursday. So each Thursday, a CCO organization, campus charter organization, or a non-campus charter organization would host a Market Thursday. And pretty much what that's doing is like a competition. Anytime you compete, you always want to do better than last week. Okay, and so we want that to boost the school morale when it comes to school spirit. We also want to have a March Madness. We have a March Madness for basketball games. We want to have, a Midnight Madness for basketball games. We also want to have a Midnight Madness for football, tennis, track and field, cross country, even volleyball. We're just trying to get the student body to come out and just have fun for what they pay for.
So you did mention that you work hand in hand with homecoming, creating homecoming.
Yes.
So what can we, as Clark Atlanta University students, expect this year from homecoming?
We can expect great entertainment. Okay, I can go ahead and give you some of the events that we'll be having. Sunday, we will have our kickoff, which will be shared with Spelman and Morehouse. It'll be on Clark Atlanta University's campus. Monday, we have our RHA step show, residential hall step show. That will be in our gymnasium. Tuesday, we have our R&B concert. That will be on Morehouse campus in King's Chapel. Wednesday, we have our hip-hop concert, which will be in Forbes Arena. Thursday, we have our coordination, and we also have our coordination ball. But the twist with the coordination ball, there will be an AUC coordination ball. Friday, we have our pep rally, and then we also have our fashion show. Saturday, we will have, of course, our parade, our tailgate, and our football game. And then at night, we have our NPHC Greek step show, which will be combined with Morehouse as well. And then Sunday, we have our gospel explosion.
Okay, well, Gerald, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay.
You've been a wonderful guest. Stay tuned to Potpourri. We'll be back after these messages.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, the frogs, the spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory, 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 hallelujah.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
And from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration,
absorb
a
what people
tool,
are giving you.
not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible.
And then we're going to turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
Little tadpoles, the frogs, the spiders, this is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory, 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 hallelujah.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Potpourri. Joining me now is Miss Monika D. Waters. Hello, Monika.
How you doing, Brittany? It's a pleasure to be here at Clark and be here with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm doing well.
Well,
so
great.
first, I noticed that one of your titles is Ambassador Joy.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Ambassador Joy, I have this enthusiasm, which I've always had. And a lot of people always made me feel like I was a square peg trying to fit into a round hole because something was wrong, that I was always excited. And previously, I was the idea doctor. I'm an inspirational speaker or a half-life coach. So that's what Enrichment Coach stands for. So basically, I got elevated by God, and He shared with me about 5 years ago, just to go ahead and share the Lord and share the love of the Lord through Jesus Christ. A lot of people are not spiritual, so if you're not spiritual, don't worry about it. Just listen to the message, not necessarily the messenger. But because I'm a happy person all the time that's filled with joy, I want people to always be filled with joy. So That's where it came from. I died when I was 17. My appendix ruptured, so I enjoy every minute of the day. I was at death's door. God brought me back. So there are 84,200 seconds in a day, and I try to use that with as much joy and enthusiasm, and encourage other people to be happy with the glass being half full and not half empty.
Yes, ma'am. What made you interested in becoming an enrichment coach?
Well, I got into sales when I was in my 20s, and so as I said, I've always had this enthusiasm. I've done it for over 28 years. We had a mentorship program over at the juvenile court for 7 years. We had the highest attendance of 93%, the lowest recidivism rate of a lot of people having to come back through. So now what we basically do is teach people about being preventive and proactive. So the reason that I'm in enrichment is because I want people to go out and just be the best that they can be and excel.
What are some of the techniques that you teach in your class to maintain the lifestyle that you're encouraging?
Well, a lot of people don't know how to handle stress. So we teach you about, behavior management. A lot of people don't know how to go from being angry, and one step from anger is danger. That's when you either add depression or you add disappointment. That's why a lot of people kind of have this, how can I say, they explode because they don't know how to maintain it. So we give you tips on how to have a happy, healthy life, how to balance personal and professional issues.
What have you learned most from your experience in coaching?
In coaching, well, I'm dyslexic, so I always tell people that because a lot of times all of us have some kind of flaw.
Absolutely.
You have some kind of character, and I love to eat, okay? So I have this elbowitis, and so I have every now and then you have triggers where you get upset. Somebody may say something to offend you or upset you, and we don't know how to get those negative thoughts out. You can have 98% of where you have compliments, but you can have one person to say that one negative thing. It'll go around in your head and over and over again. And Joyce Meyer says it's the battleship of the mind. So we teach you how to let go of all the negative thoughts and bring more positive thoughts in.
Okay, and so you do your coaching in workshop form. So when and where are your workshop classes held?
Okay, over at the Sights and Sounds Museum in DeKalb, North DeKalb Mall. That's one of them. We do them all over the city, so anywhere anyone needs anyone, they can give us a call. We'd be more than happy to come out. But basically, we do them. I also do them here at Clark. I was here 21 years ago. The AKAs invited us to go out. We do healthy and unhealthy relationships, and it was for the battered women initially. The AKAs invited us out. They enjoyed it so much. The Zetas invited us to come back, and because we didn't male bash, the Omegas asked us to come back. So what we try to do is teach about communication barrier. Learn who you are, what you're sit here for by the universe, and go out and excel in your purpose. Because a lot of us, if you become oppressed, suppressed, depressed, it's because you don't know where you are and what you want to do.
So you mentioned that you do a healthy relationship workshop. What are some of the other programs and workshops that you put on?
We'll teach people how to build self-worth, self-esteem, how to let go of the past and not hold on to bitterness. A lot of people don't realize 80% of all illness comes from holding on something that you couldn't change. So we teach you how to let go. Let God, if you're not a spiritual person, just let go of the negative. So basically, if you can find out who you are as a person, love and like yourself. A lot of us don't like each other. We love each other, but we don't like each other. So we show you how to handle the negatives and how just to persevere and go out there and make it happen no matter what.
So are these workshops free?
Some of them are free, and then some of them we have a little bit of cost for the person that have a little bit of bling bling that like to share, because you still have to take care of your family.
Yes, absolutely.
But we have it. We have both for-profit and non-profit, so it just depends on the situation. But we work with everybody's budget. We have 21 different areas that we can help you tune into to whatever your character flaws are. And then from there, we can just pattern our program or tailor our program to fit your need.
So I've noticed that you're saying we.
We.
So are you the primary speaker at these workshops?
Well, I'm the primary speaker, and then my fiance/husband, he also helps me with the males, and because we work with males and females, we work with the whole family, because you can help a person that might have just got off of jail, just got out of prison, or you have some people that have been on drugs or whatever your addiction is. If you help the person, and if they don't have a good how can I say, foundation of support, the recidivism is so high that they'll go back to whatever they were doing. So we teach you how to have a maintenance program.
Okay.
Okay.
So you too have a talk show.
Yes, yes,
So tell us about it.
It's called Real Talk for Healthy Hearts.
Okay.
And the reason that we want to show people that sometime in life you're going to have some curves that life is going to come show you. You're not going to always have this perfect life, where just like you have the Cinderella story, that's how we all raised up, that the male and the female are going to run off and have this happy life. No, either he'll kick her off the horse, she'll find that something's wrong with him, and then she'll knock him off, and then it's not always that up and down, you know, it's not always A to Z. You're going to have those hurdles. So we show you how to cover tough subjects, and we put little cushions down, show you how to do it in a, how can I say, in a healthy manner.
So the show is interactive, like you have special guests come in?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so we start from young age, from the individuals here that's in their 20s, 18, 19, 20s, on up to senior teenagers. So, because a lot of us still have issues. So we teach you how not to get upset and stress and fret and froom and get mad over little things that don't make a difference.
So what are a few healthy relationship tips that you can give the audience today?
Okay, one is concentrate on what's right, not who's right. And a lot of us need to learn how to control our tone, our temper, our tolerance level, and our little tongue, because our tongue can be a very powerful weapon. It's the smallest organ in the body, but it's the largest one that can use to slice and cut somebody up like a machete. And it takes 78 muscles to frown, and it only takes 23 muscles to smile. So a lot of people don't know how to smile more and give compliments. And don't sweat the small stuff. Pick your battles, okay? Don't fight over little bitty skirmishes, little bitty things. And if you are going to go to war on something, take your time to stop, think before you act and speak, and don't go and throw the trump card, because a lot of times people come and say, well, I'm going to do this. If you don't do that, don't give people an ultimatum, because a lot of times you lose out. You know, little bit tips like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So where can people go to get in contact with you about enrichment coaching? Okay,
well, it's Ambassador Joy, AMBASSDOR Joy @gmail.com. Now, I do know how to spell, but I had too many characters, so I had to take the middle A out. So that's why I always explain that. Okay, but it's Ambassador Joy, and we want you to love on everybody. You know, we just want you to make them smile. Even if you're having a bad day, you make them smile, watch and see, you'll feel better on the inside yourself.
Thank you for joining us today, Monika, and spreading a little joy. You've been a wonderful guest.
Oh, I've had a lot of fun. I hope I get an opportunity to come back again.
I hope you do as well. Thank you for joining us today on Potpourri. Be sure to check out how you can be more involved with Clark Atlanta University Student Government Association and Ambassador Joy. I'm your host, Brittany Miller. Have a great day.